Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on my channel, I'm always telling you guys, live an active lifestyle, make smart nutritional choices. Move more and sit less, right? It's not about perfection, but about consistency. It's not about what you look like in the mirror, but about how you feel, ladies and gentlemen. Fight against that laziness. And I've told you guys many times on this channel about how important it is to make a smart nutritional choice, how important it is to live and stay active. Remember, it's a lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. It's not seasonal. It's not something we do on the weekends. It's not something we do every once in a while. It's not part-time. It is a lifestyle. So you're going to be doing this stuff. You're going to be consciously thinking about this stuff for your entire life, for the rest of your life, ladies and gentlemen. That's the key here. That's what it is. There is no end of the journey. That's why I say enjoy the journey, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a lifelong journey. And remember, the importance of health and fitness. You must exercise and train like your life depends on it, ladies and gentlemen, because your life does depend on it, right? Now, remember, the goal in health and fitness is not to live as long or live a longer life, because nothing's promised to us tomorrow. I've told you guys many times, I can drop dead making this video. So remember, the goal of health and fitness is not to extend our lives, even though that's a hope, right? We hope to live a longer life. But the main point I've always told you guys is not necessarily to live a longer life, but to live a better life. Remember, living and being alive is not the same thing. And I've talked about this on this channel, right? Someone in a coma is technically alive, but are they living? They're not living. And a lot of people out there, excuse me, guys, are not living. They're alive, but they're not living, ladies and gentlemen. There's a huge difference there. So remember, the point of health and fitness is to live a better life, right? So that we're living the best life that we can, right? A lot of people, they'll spend most of their lives destroying themselves. You know, their teens, their 20s, their 30s. They never took this stuff serious, right? So now they're in their 40s. They get into their 50s, their 60s, and they're falling apart. They're not living a good quality of life. So yes, they may have lived till they were 85 years old, but those last 10, 15, 20 years weren't good quality years. So really, what's the point of living to 80 if the last 20 years of your life you need a walker or you're in a wheelchair due to no reason or no fault of but your own? Remember, there are people that get sick, there are things that they can't help. But there are a lot of people out here, and you've seen these people. Maybe you went out food shopping somewhere or you're in a mall and you see people in these motorized scooters. They're not handicapped, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, being out of shape, being lazy, being obese is not a handicap, ladies and gentlemen. But they're in these motorized scooters, and you might mistake them for being handicapped. Once again, it's another excuse that we have out here in society. So remember, are those great quality years that you live to 80, but you spent 20 of those years, like I said, needing assistance, needing medications and all these pills, right, to help you out, right? You need assistance from people to take care of you. You can't even wipe your own butt. You can't walk up a flight of stairs. That's not living, ladies and gentlemen. That's you just being alive. So I tell you guys, I want to be living, not just alive. And I want to have the best quality of life as possible. So when we think about health and fitness, ladies and gentlemen, you must take it very serious and train and think about these things like your life depends on it, because it does. Move more, sit less. Fight against the laziness. It's creeping around us every single day, guys. Me too. I'm fighting against the same stuff that you guys are. I am not above this. We're all fighting against the laziness. We're all fighting against death. Remember, comfort, convenience, that's the cousin of death, ladies and gentlemen. The more comfortable you are, the lazier you become. The more convenient things are, the lazier you become. Think about it. People just order food now to their home. That's comfort. That's convenience. That's making you lazy. So it makes people just want to call up and order food to their house. These are things that we're talking about, right? It's more comfortable for you to sit on your butt when you get home from work. That's more comfortable. That's more convenient for you. It's easier. Don't take the easy route, ladies and gentlemen. You must push yourself so that you can have those days, right? 60, 70, 80 years old. If you want to live that long, if you want to have a shot to live that long and have a good quality of life, then you must take things serious in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. You must wake up and pay attention to this stuff and train and exercise like your life depends on it, ladies and gentlemen, because your life does.